What's good, YouTube? It's StudHD coming to you guys with a brand new video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out the new 90 overall quarterback Kurt Warner in Madden 26 Ultimate Team. He just got a new Legends card, so kind of cool to see. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. Number one, he is a 6'2", 214-pound quarterback. He only has 74 speed, which is probably the biggest downside to this card. But we do have a 90 throw power with the strategy card, 91 short, 91 medium, and 90 deep accuracy, as well as 89 throw under pressure. So solid there. And he also does have 73 carrying, and his spin and juke are absolutely terrible. But other than that, he is going to be mainly a pocket passer for the most part. Now, if we talk about the abilities here, if we go to his X factors, we are going to use Gambit for 0 AP. He actually doesn't get Gunslinger, so hopefully we can get Gambit activated. It'll essentially give us Gunslinger and also set feet lead as well, so kind of nice. Other X factors aren't too crazy. And his first tier bucket, nothing too special, all the basic abilities that you'd expect. We also are going to be using the long range Deadeye for 3 AP, but he does get Conductor, Inside Deadeye for 5 AP, and even Gift Wrap. The next ability we do have is his main set of abilities. We have Pocket Deadeye for 6 AP. He has Dashing for 2, QB Playmaker for 3, and Tank even for 2 AP. And his discounted ability buckets, he does have Threat Detector for 4 and Master Tactician for 12 AP. I don't think those are worth it. I really just wish that this card had Gunslinger. Unfortunately, him not having Gunslinger is kind of crazy, especially for a card that only has 74 speed. I don't know why EA essentially gave other cards that are kind of slow, like Jared Goff, Gunslinger, and not Kurt Warner. Very interesting, but that is going to be the card. We are going to use the Pocket Deadeye, the long range, and the Gambit, and let's go ahead and get into a game and check out how Kurt Warner plays. All right, so we have found a game, and we do have Kurt Warner on the field in the number 13 jersey. We're going to go ahead and give this ball to Genty and see what he can do with it. We're going to gain no yards on the first play. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Kurt Warner actually is wearing 2 gloves. Very interesting. I know he did it in real life, but it is so weird seeing a QB with 2 gloves on. But it looks like Genty is going to be cutting it up the field and getting us a nice first down there. 21-yard gain there. All right, if I can get this ball to Waller or probably Metcalf, it's going to go to one of those two. Let's go ahead and see, and it looks like it's actually going to be Waller. If we can get a perfect pass, we do. And Waller, can you get into the end zone? We actually probably should have got a better rack animation there. All right, maybe we go Metcalf here. And it looks like I am going to be going Metcalf. And I think Metcalf's going to be going into the end zone. We have our first touchdown with Kurt Warner. Honestly, first drive, he felt kind of nice. Obviously, he's not going to have Gunslinger, but he's definitely going to sling the football out of his hands there. And we get the first touchdown. All right, looks like my opponent has a partial Cowboys themed team, if not a full-on Cowboys themed team, because he's got Prescott and he's also got CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, who gets all 32 team chems, and also the Jaden Blue card as well. All right, if we can find a way to get some pressure or honestly just any type of coverage, we are nowhere near. All right, not saying I'm going to send a blitz, but we might send a little bit of pressure here. Maybe we get a sack or something, and we got absolutely cooked on that drive. All right, somebody's got to get open. Looks like it's going to be Devontae Adams, and can we get a first down off of there? We are almost getting one. All right, we might be looking for Metcalf potentially, and it looks like Metcalf will get open. Metcalf, just hold on to that football. We do. He's actually breaking some tackles there. All right, if we can get any type of time, we might have somebody open, and I don't think anybody's really open, but maybe Genty can fight for the first down, 4th and inches. All right, one of our players has to get open. Can you hold on to that? And we do hold on to that. What a great catch by Trey Tucker. All right, I'm going to give DK a shot. DK, can you come down with it? DK does come down with it into the end zone. I saw man coverage. I had to go take a look at that shot. DK is always going to come down with that at 6'4". Honestly, that was not exactly my best drive, but mid-blitz is definitely one of the most annoying defenses out there, even though it's pretty easy to cook. Let's see what my opponent decides to do on this drive here. Can we get a stop here? It looks like he's going to be trying to throw in some traffic there, and somehow he is going to get in front of our defender. All these players are just as fast, if not faster than the players on my Bengals squad, and they just don't cover a single thing, but it looks like we'll finally get a sack there. No idea why he's holding on to the football, but I'll take it. He's gonna have maybe something, and it looks like nothing at all. We got Wiggins over there coming down with the interception, and Wiggins honestly was almost going to pick 6 that. All right, if he's going to stay in mid-blitz, I have a feeling that this is not going to go well for him, and yeah, it's not going to go well at all. We got, of course, Darren Waller almost getting us the first down. He actually does. All right, this is a crazy play call, but we're going to see if it gets open, and oh man, DK Metcalf is just cooking today. This card's only got like 87 speed, but he is having himself a day. He's making Kurt Warner look incredible out there. I don't know if this is a Kurt Warner gameplay or it's a DK gameplay, but regardless, we got 3 touchdowns on the board. All right, looks like he's got return routes, and he is going to be throwing to absolutely nobody, and I had a feeling he was going to quit. All right, we're in our next game here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with Kurt Warner, and it looks like we'll actually have Trey Tucker, and Tucker's actually holding on to that, and we're getting sticky. What in the world is happening? First play of the game on offense, and Trey Tucker is having himself a little bit of a play here, I guess. No idea what my opponent was doing there, but I'll take the touchdown. All right, let's see what we can do on defense. I got absolutely cooked for like 4 minutes on defense, so hopefully somebody gets open, but luckily we do get a sack there, Jonathan Allen. I really just need to add some more double or nothings on my defense. I feel like that'll probably help quite a bit. He's going to something short to the shapeshifter card. By the way, if you guys have not upgraded your shapeshifter players, honestly, I would actually probably recommend it. That card is actually crazy on offense and on defense. Do we have an interception? And somehow Kyle Hamilton doesn't come down with that. Honestly, I just cannot believe I didn't come down with that interception. And he's going to be trying to throw something deep. Can we swat that away? We do. We're having the ball at the 16-yard line. You know, it just never fails to surprise me when people just do bad on defense and then they just switch to mid-blitz. It's actually kind of funny, but we're going to be going to Genty, and Genty, if you could just juke some people out there, get a nice 3-yard gain. All right, I would really like to get a Waller touchdown, and I'm going to throw to Waller anyways. Waller's just going to be a man and show him that it's still his football, and we get a touchdown. My opponent actually played that really well. I was throwing it regardless. I was not letting it hand off, so Waller 6'6" coming down with the big body touchdown. All right, is he going to go to a run, or is it just going to be another play action? Looks like it's going to be a play action. This is what he's been doing the entire game, and he's going to be throwing something crazy. Can we swat that down? Not able to. All right, I'm gonna be honest, that's not coming down with no type of catch, and still 2 people there and no pick is crazy.
Oh,
throw it, I dare you. Thank you. I don't know why he threw it. I am so good at baiting that. All right, can we get some type of time? If we do get some time, honestly, actually, I threw that ball so early. Waller was going to be an open touchdown. I just noticed that. Well, we missed a touchdown. Hopefully we don't miss one on this play, but very unfortunate. That was kind of a crazy, risky throw, but I'll take the first down. Trey Tucker having himself a little bit of a game here. All right, we're going to be looking for one of our drags or maybe our Texas route, and it looks like the Texas route. Can we hold on to that? Genty is going down at the 7-yard line. All right, I rarely ever call this play. I think I've only called it maybe a few times, and it sometimes has resulted in a touchdown. It's not going to be this time, but I'm going to take off with Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner, hold on to the football. I wanted to get a little crazy there with the run. All right, maybe we go DK or we go the return route, and looks like nothing is getting open, and I don't know my buttons anymore. I'm throwing that away. All right, we're going to be looking for Devontae Adams most likely, and Adams isn't going to be open, but Waller is going to be getting his feet down for a touchdown. You know, I was a little nervous at the very beginning of this game after getting basically walked down all the way down the field, and we have turned this game completely one-sided here. Oh, another interception. Aqib Talib is going to be snatching your chain and your football. And we're going to go all the way down to the 21. Does my opponent stay down 21-7? Honestly, he does. And it's actually going to be my football, so we're going to play this smart. We'll have DK here. Also, this like single mug. This looks like single mug. I don't know if it's just me. Well, I will say my opponent pressing just kind of ruined my play here. And I'm going to throw it anyways. Hold on. We might actually have something crazy here cooking with Trey Tucker. All right, I don't know how I feel about this play, but something could eventually get open, and we get sacked immediately instead. I'll take my field goal.
oh my God.
I know my opponent did not just run double pass. I honestly cannot believe that he waited all the way for this to pull out a double pass. That's insane. Right, will Waller be left open for another touchdown? And doesn't look like he's going to, but I do see a Genty, and that was an orange pass, but Genty is still coming down with it. Kurt Warner with a great orange pass there. I'll take it. All right, we'll motion over Waller, and don't have to worry about that because I see a touchdown. DK Metcalf into the end zone. All right, I get nervous every time I call this play. Sometimes I just get an illegal man downfield, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Genty is just going to be running this one into the end zone, celebrating a little, celebrate again. Oh man, Carlton Davis, you had no shot there, buddy. Well guys, that is going to do it for today's video using the new 90 overall Legends Kurt Warner. And honestly, this is actually a really good card. Now I will say nothing to note really stands out about this card. He's just one of those cards that gets the Pocket Deadeye and also the Long Range Deadeye combo. But honestly, if you are looking for a new QB to check out, maybe check out Kurt Warner. If you do have a Rams theme team, Giants, or even Cardinals, which 3 of them have like all good theme teams. So if you want to check out Kurt Warner on your theme team, definitely go ahead and do so. He'll have like 76 speed, which isn't too bad. If you have maybe the crystal players, maybe 77 speed, but overall, not too bad of a card. Honestly, I expected worse, but I mean, we had 400 yards of offense, 24 of 29 attempts, and 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. I was essentially playing lights out with Kurt Warner today. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on Kurt Warner in Madden 26. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, put on post notifications so you guys don't miss another video. Have a good rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.